Welcome to Ink and Fitness. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Anthony. I am someone who went from skinny to fit, and these videos are just purely educational. So this way, you guys can go ahead. If you are someone who's skinny, take what you're learning inside these videos, be consistent with it, and of course, get your own results from doing so. In terms of today's video topic, we're going to be talking about why you should not, as a skinny person, as a skinny guy, why you should not dirty bulk at all whatsoever. So let's get right into things with first explaining what dirty bulking exactly is. So for those who don't know what dirty bulking is, basically it's just when you eat mass amounts of calories above your maintenance with the goal to gain weight slash muscle. You will definitely gain weight and muscle, but you will gain more weight than anything else as eating thousands of calories above your maintenance will only cause you to gain excess fat. So with 30 bulking, the main priority is just to gain weight, and putting on muscle is just a byproduct from eating so much food. But you just gain so much excess fat in the process um, that essentially it looks like you gained little to no muscle. Yes, sure, you will make muscle, right? You will have gains. There's no denying that. But again, it's just overtaken by the fact that you just gained so much fluff in the process. Um, so there's that to watch out for. And I hope that provides a really good description of what dirty bulking exactly is, just so that way you guys are clear. But are there any positives about dirty bulking? And there's just one. It's a really good positive, which is that you just gain weight, right? If you are a super ultra skinny guy and you're looking to pack on weight, right? As much weight as you can in a certain time frame. I'm not saying like a week or anything like that. Obviously, it needs to be a little bit more prolonged. Excuse me. But if you are someone who's pretty skinny and who's looking to just gain weight, and gaining muscle is just kind of like an afterthought for you, or something that's just kind of like, in putting in second for you, right? Or something that would come in second for yourself, then yeah, probably dirty bulking would be the best fit for you, right? If you're someone who doesn't care about gaining excess fat, that sort of stuff. So at the end of the day, though, just it does have one positive, just that. But the negatives, in my opinion, far outweigh just the one positive it does have. And I guess if I were to add one more positive, just to kind of backtrack a little bit before I move on to my next point, one more positive that I would like to add is that you do get pretty strong when you are doing a dirty bulk. You get pretty fucking strong. Um, Obviously, again, it's nothing that's overnight, right? In terms of strength, you're not going to go from Bruce Banner to Hulk type of strength and overnight or anything like that. It's something that does take time. You still need to put in the work, you still need to put in the effort, and of course, you need to be consistent with eating in this kind of way, and resting and recovering appropriately as well. Um, but you do gain some good strength if you are consistent with your training, you know, along with your eating and rest and recovery. But moving on to the negatives, because that's something I do want to cover. The negatives in question, and before I lose my train of thought, one big thing about dirty bulkers, one big thing about just gaining weight in general and just being overweight, gaining excess fat or having excess fat, is that you also have trouble sleeping. And that's not good for rest and recovery at all whatsoever. Because you could wake up in the middle of the night due to sleep apnea or some other sort of sleeping condition, right, that disrupts your sleep because you have so much weight on you that you can, barely breathe appropriately or whatever else the issue could be that you're experiencing because everyone's body is different. So that's one big negative in mind because obviously you need to rest and recover if you want to build muscle, if you want to continue building strength. And obviously, if you don't get the right amount of sleep or if you don't get enough sleep during the nights, then it's really going to bite you in the ass in the long term. So there's that big negative right there. Other negatives include you gain excess fat, which is a big given. You're gonna have brain fog almost 24/7, just because you're eating so much mass amounts of foods, and likely the kinds of food that you're eating is not the best kind of foods, right? They're usually junk-based kind of meals or cheat meals, and so a lot of sodium, a lot of fats, a lot of sugars, that sort of stuff that makes you just feel gross after eating it for prolonged periods of time. So yeah, brain fog 24/7. You will feel fatigued. You'll feel tired. You'll feel sleepy. You fatigue easily, right? Just kind of like going up a flight of stairs walking around for a few miles leaves you gassed and winded, right? You can barely run a mile as it is without feeling gassed. Um, and for my guys, your PP will look smaller because of your increased stomach size. Like literally, you won't be able to see your penis because it's being overshadowed by the ginormous stomach that you've grown, right? From eating so much fucking fat, sugary foods, whatever, right? Um, you'll have acne. You'll have a bad relationships. You'll have a bad relationship with food. Your mental health will go to the shitter just because like you'll look in the mirror, you won't like what you see, and that fucks up your head, right? Just kind of that cycle over and over and over again, and then et cetera, et cetera. There's more negatives, I'm sure, but of course, I'm not going to take up the whole slide right here, trying to cover all those negatives. Should you consider dirty bulking? Well, I mean, you've seen the title of the video. Definitely not. In my opinion, at least, it's not worth it. A lean bulk will be 100 times better than doing some sort of dirty bulk. Well, not some sort of, just doing a dirty bulk in general. So you might be asking, what is a lean bulk? And let me cover that with you guys. A lean bulk is basically when you just eat slightly above your maintenance calories. So specifically speaking, you're eating 3 to 500 above your maintenance because that is the sweet spot, 3 to 500 calories. But by eating in this way, you minimize fat gains. Yes, you will still gain fat. There's no going around that. Um, when you are eating in a surplus amount of calories, you're gonna gain fat no matter what you're eating. If it's chicken, broccoli, and rice, or if it's the most greasiest, fattiest food in the world. If you are eating above your maintenance, then you will gain fat. But you can minimize the amount of fat that you gain through slightly eating in a surplus, right? So that way you can really prioritize muscle gain and kind of cut down on the fat essentially. Essentially, your muscles will show more opposed to the fat. With dirty bulking, the fat shows more than your muscles do. Now, with being in a lean bulk, it's also a hell of a lot more sustainable, enjoyable, most importantly, and you don't feel like shit, right? You can actually go on walks, do cardio, spend time with your family, walk around, do whatever, right? Without feeling so winded, so tired, so gassed. No brain, very little brain fog, very little to none, no brain fog. Um, Trying to think of what else. I mean, there's a bunch of more positives, but the biggest thing is that you just won't feel like shit, right? Yes, the bulk will be longer through doing a lean bulk, but with doing so, you'll stay relatively toned. Um, you'll pack on more muscle as well, and you'll feel really good overall, mentally, physically, um, all that kind of good stuff. That covers it for the video for today, though, guys. It was a short one, so please be sure to comment down below if there's a specific video idea that you want to see, and I'll be, happily able to make it for you all. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you are someone interested in one-to-one coaching, the link for that will be down below, so feel free to check that out. But until the next one, though, take care, much love, and peace.